Hello and welcome back. Okay, sadly, last time I accepted a great battle contract, but that was bugged. I was unable to get it working, so we're not going to be doing that. It's not available here anymore. What I did was load the autosave, and now we're back here at Dornberg. Kind of very close to the end of the last episode otherwise, but yeah. No great battle for us, sadly. So the same helmet, I believe, was still on sale here at the Armorer. I did purchase that again. Nothing new at the Fletcher. Or nothing that's different from the alternate timeline that I decided to abandon because of the bug. Anyways, the hiring selection is different, so we have Baldwin the Cripple here. I'll see about him. Okay, 1-star melee defense. 2-star range defense. Hit points are very low. Resolve is low-ish, that doesn't matter though. No stars in melee skill. I believe I'll let this guy go. I'll pay him for his time though. Bugger off with that 10 crowns. Don't spend it all in one place though. Okay, so what I could also try to do, if I really wanted to recruit someone here, is try to find someone who's dumb. Because as the cultists, if you're not lowborn, then the prospect, the candidate to become a cultist does need to be dumb or even have brain damage. One way of detecting, of knowing if someone might be dumb is if they have something like, not the lucky here for Kunibert, but something like the odd, perhaps. But I don't see anyone like that. So I think I'll just skip those people. So let's see about this contract that is available instead of the Great Battle. So we have travel to the lands of House Horn. So which one is House Horn? Let's take a look. So it's one of the red houses, of course. I would like to pick on these people. The Sun Noble House, I guess. They have, I think, 3 settlements. The Lion House has 4. I think they're better situated for us to take advantage of their wares as well as other opportunities, perhaps. But yeah, let's see. House Horn. That is the Lion House. Okay, so I could change my mind. It gets maybe slightly awkward if I want to travel to the south. Because I can't stop on the way there in these settlements. But I suppose that's very close by, so I could do that. Raid and burn down places. Destroy any caravans or patrols. Return after 5 days. Alright, well, I guess, despite what I said about wanting to fight these guys, I'll choose the other one, as that is the one that's offered. Also, let's take a look. I seem to be needing some medical supplies soon, so let's get some already. Also, a couple of minor changes, or at least one. So Esvig is now using this Brigandine shirt that was previously used by Ludger. Ludger, of course, has this permanent injury of being traumatized, so I no longer care about him as much. And he's going to spend a lot of time in the reserves, might even fire him. Randolph is using this. I believe this is the new Nimble helmet that we bought, and I think this one, the Mercenary's Helmet of the Wolf, was previously used by said Randolph, and is now being used by Esvig. And maybe I made a couple of other minor changes as well. Anyways, so here we have a beekeeper. Here we have goat pens. Also, strangely enough, we are not hostile with Kaiwader. Not quite. But yeah, Amber Collector as well. Though okay, the cursor is not changing here, so I guess I need to manually attack this. Anyways, We accepted a contract, so let's get on with it. Okay, so retinue slot. I faintly remember getting the retinue slot last time. I don't remember what I chose though. I think it might have been the bounty hunter. I'll take that. Enemies have a plus 5% chance to become a champion. Okay, so let's see how tough the nobles are. Oh, okay, this is no longer viable as something I can choose to attack, it seems. I wonder if that's a bug. I would imagine that it is, since I did choose to antagonize these guys. Well, we still have other options. People are fighting each other. Save it for the real enemies, please. So let's go to the beekeeper, I guess. Wooden watchtower is in ruins. Also, one thing you can do in Hardened is actually attack these locations. And you might even find famed items, I think. So we'll see if that's doable. So what I could have done is attack this place, this wooden watchtower. However, I no longer can. Fahad reports to you what he's been hearing from some of the locals. They say a large group of soldiers carrying a banner are heading your way. You ask the mercenary to describe the sigil, and he does so in great detail. It belongs to House Horn's men. They must have caught up to you somehow. The Merriment should brace itself for a hell of a fight. Be on your guard. Okay. There's quite a strict time limit on this contract, by the way. Oh, and they're running away. Maybe they shouldn't be. We'll see how tough this is. A few knights, a halberdier, arbalester, squires, heavy footmen, etc. Well, we'll see how the nobles feel like to battle with. Why did you guys decide to fight right before we are here? Well, we'll still chase these nobles down. Trading caravan, okay. Well, we'll kill them as well. Nah, I can't do both. You cowards. Okay, well, I guess I go for the noble troops instead of the caravan. Alright, though, let's take a quick look here at the lineup first. Yeah, let's go with what I have probably, unless I want Ludger in. So Eke here is equipped with some nets. He only has 44 fatigue, but he does have the iron lungs, yeah. So yeah, I believe we'll go with this. Okay, so 14 enemies. Arbalester could be nasty. So let's take a look at the Arbalester. Doesn't seem to have combo. Does have ready to go though. Through the ranks, ranged attacks have a 50% reduced chance to inflict friendly fire. Okay, I like that one. That also helps us in case we do fight with some ally nobles. Entrenched, crossbow firearm mastery, bullseye. Okay, so we'll see, we'll see. Plenty of shields, of course, but we have a couple of flail specialists, so shouldn't be that big of a problem. And just as I say that, Randolph has been hit in the head by the crossbow. Chance 95. And since I didn't have Steel Brow as an option, that's quite bad. Well, he can still fight, but I need to be careful. Of Of course, the tactician abilities will help us a ton here. One would imagine that they will just act as nobles do in other mod configurations, so they will be very aggressive overall, trying to be brave. But before I start using... Okay, they're waiting actually, some of them are. Okay, so they have the high ground here. That's fine-ish though. So yeah, we'll probably start with the Blitzkrieg immediately. You go ahead and activate that. I would imagine that this heavy footman does want to approach us as well. So moving here does probably still grant Gerbold 2 targets to attack with the flail. But yeah, I guess these ones are easier to deal with. The big weapon instead of this one. The somewhat flimsy sword in comparison, so I'll just move there. It's also been a couple of days since I last played, so I need to warm up again. Okay, so I think what I'd like to do is use my crossbow to try to take care of their crossbow. I really don't want to be getting hit by that thing again. Not on Randolph at least. These are the knights, I believe. Alright, let's take a look at a knight. Sir Einar. Bulwark for more resolve. Duelist, okay, interesting. Engard. Exude confidence. Mentor. Mentor's presence. So that would be for a squire, I guess. Is there a squire here? I don't believe there is, but I might be mistaken. Anyways, if there were a squire here, then they'd be quite tougher due to that. Pattern recognition, okay, that's semi-scary. They're also resilient, so you cannot keep on stunning them. Rotation, shield expertise, sword mastery, rush of battle, noble sword, and the other one probably has the same stuff except mace perks. Seems like that is the case. So yeah, let's use the nets on them. And also I can use Wheel Rake, who failed his potential, to hold at least Sir Mano here. Part of the Manosphere, perhaps, down. So let's engage there, I guess. I also shouldn't underestimate these footmen, but they are, of course, far easier to kill than the others. Oh, squires. Yeah, Sir Mano's squire and Sir Einar's squire. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, they have fast adaptation. Mazes and mazes. Interesting. Okay, so Eswig. I could use Eswig to try to reach their backline, harass the Arbalester. Not sure if that's a brilliant plan, though. That would be putting a lot of faith into his abilities, and maybe that is not quite warranted. I think what I'll do is just rotate Winrick here, so he can attack twice. Though I could do it here instead. Maybe that's better. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Alright, and Tostig. Double check what he's capable of. Okay, so 24 only to hit here. We are getting 15% from crowded, but yeah, that's a very low chance. So flails and axes are probably what you want. I guess spears as well, against nobles. So 22 melee defense only. Also has rotation, so I could just use him to rotate someone. Currently I'm getting 2 attacks on this target with Fahad. Anyways, I suppose we just move up 1 tile and try to attack the one with the lowest chance of blocking or dodging. Since I don't really see a good rotation here. Okay, not 54. That's far more reasonable. Oh, and they have Rebuke. Okay, that sucks. Potentially that sucks. Okay, so start with the Blitzkrieg now, I guess. And how about using Onslaught straight away as well? I think that makes sense. Alright, so if I do want to target their Airblaster with mine, I need to move, of course. Here, perhaps? These are kind of more dangerous targets. Well, that's debatable. Thing is, if I hit the Arbalaster, he's also pushed away 1 tile, which is kind of not something I want, but what we can kind of tolerate, I suppose. So if I make this move, I can probably rotate out of action or just kill the nobles that managed to get next to Edelma. Okay, let's go with the plan, the original plan. So take that. I can still move 1 tile. I can move here. Perhaps. That seems okay-ish, as long as I can handle this flanker. But then again, if I do that... Yeah, they still have the squires as well, so maybe I shouldn't get carried away. Kind of reasonable also to use the goblin poison here and try to poison perhaps the knights, for example. Oh, what the... Come on. Seems I need 1 more shot to kill. I will not use the poison yet. We'll see. And yeah, go for this target, I think. 2 hits, nice. Inspiring presence here, perhaps? That means I don't get it for Randolph, though, if I do that. Randolph is in danger, definitely, in this fight. He does have the 9 lives. Well, let's... Yeah, I'll probably have pretty low chances of hitting. Well, 57 is not nothing. But... Yeah... I suppose we'll go for the Inspiring Presence instead of attacking. So move here. Do nothing else. Also, let's take a look at the standard bearer here. So, Inspiring Presence. Rally the troops, rotation Sergeant. Use a sergeant on the battlefield as an extension of your leadership and to keep everyone in line. Allies at a range of 5 tiles or less will get 15% of this character's resolve as a bonus. Does not stack. Okay, sure. Anyway, so Winric number 2. If I move here, then that's perhaps overall a pretty good spot, but someone needs to handle this footman here. Who would do that in that case? What I can also maybe do is just allow the footman to get to us and then just try to kill him quickly. It's a little bit of a waste to go one-on-one, I think. Especially when we might lose Wheelrake here. Which means I need someone else to hold their middle formation. I choose to believe that we'll be fine despite letting this one flank us. So we'll just go here. And I might use Indom at some point. Now is not the time. Okay, gets the kill. Not necessarily fantastic though, as now Winrich cannot attack twice. I think I'll go for a... Well, no, I shouldn't go for a stun. This should be okay-ish though. Doesn't have duelist though if I do that. So maybe here is better, so at least get some benefit out of having that. Yeah, I can probably deal with the halberdier pretty easily. So let's just start dealing damage here. Alright, and I think I will hold off on using the nets until later. So Sir Einar is a net candidate. But we'll hold off on Sir Mano, because I don't care about Wheelwrake's survival that much. So in the meantime, Eike, what will you do? Maybe just move here. Be in position as well as provide surround bonuses. How much AP is it to use line breakers? 4. So next round I could use it. Probably won't, but it's something that is an option. Okay, just move here. And Randolph, sadly, I don't have the luxury of pulling you to safety, so you just have to deal with the situation as it stands. So I suppose you attack 3 times. Weaken this target for Gerbold to finish off. Okay, Wheelrake. Wheelrake does have the rotation. Now, it might be called for, so I can use the Indom in this spot. I suppose I'll wait and see if that's something I want. It's semi-likely though that he gets stunned. I could just make use of the Overwhelm. But if I also do the rotation... Well, I'm not getting much out of Brace for Impact, but at least it would activate again. So yeah, he's getting hit. That's essentially guaranteed against these types of opponents. Sir Mano and Sir Mano's Squire. So yeah, I could go for the Overwhelm. Maybe that's better. Yeah, like I said, he's likely to be stunned or something. So I'll Overwhelm these two. Okay. Gets the kill, but sadly misses the other one. This is a pretty good line breaker, though. So I think I'll go for it. Excellent work, Gerbold. I knew I could trust you. Okay, so that's a possibility of Berserk activation for someone. Tostig does have Berserk, so there is merit in attacking this. It won't be a kill for this weapon though, but I can weaken him for Winrick or someone. Yeah, if I want to stun the knights, then that's going to be semi-difficult. Will require nets. I think I'll just go for damage for now. Well, try. This is a pretty good rotation as well. Get Fahad in range and he'll be able to attack twice. Gerhard waits, I think. Yeah, this is kind of awkward for Randolph. Well, maybe awkward is not the right word. He's in danger, kind of. We have Sir Einar and his squire, as well as the Arbalester in play here. Gerbold is there to protect, yes, but Gerbold, despite all of his prowess, is still one man. I suppose we have Eswig. Yeah, Eswig. So we'll move Eswig in front, I think. Arbalester has an injured shoulder, that helps a bit. But yeah, Gerhard does nothing for now. Okay, switch into this, I guess. Yeah, we're not in range of the Arbalester here, so what will my Arbalester do? I suppose I could shoot this footman. Feels like a non-priority target, but all of them need to die, of course. It is the highest chance as well. So I will do so. Could go for it again. This time I think I go for this one though. Successfully accomplished. Okay, so we'll try to get the kill on Winrik. Like I said, let's move Eswig in front here. Here, I think. Might still need one weakening shot on this heavy footman. But this might be too much damage, is the problem. Maybe it's not. I get 2 attacks though, so whatever. It wasn't too much. Now I go for this one. And probably don't want to use Indom yet, but I'll think about it for just a second here. Yeah, doesn't seem like it's called for. I might want to use Linebreaker or something. So I think I'll wait instead of attacking here. Okay, get the kill, please. Seems to have gotten a headshot. Was it a headshot? Fractured ribs. Anyways, gets the kill now. So now I could wait and see if stunning someone is something I should be doing. However, I don't think that will even necessarily be an option with the positioning that we have. So I guess I just attack. And I have done so. Wait. Okay, we don't have enough fatigue for the hold steady, so recover. Okay. Goes for Gerbold now, but luckily for us, misses. Okay, so now... sadly we can't get Inspiring Presence... Now, can we? Maybe Sir Einar's Squire will engage with Gerbold, so maybe we will. In any case, this is where I want to move. 20%. Well, I guess you have nothing else to do. So go for it. Alright, Winrick number 2 has taken a hit, but it's fine-ish. There's no room to use the line breaker. Now I could try to move here, though. Let's try it. Hold this guy. Or even here, maybe. Get some help for Winrick. It's important that he doesn't collapse too soon. I'll do it here, though. Success. Alright, so Knight over here. Use a net. Oh, and you're there. Okay, going for Randolph. Well, we can probably deal with you. Do want to reactivate this, though. Do you have Steel Browser? You do not. Well, let's see how you like this. It seems he doesn't like it. Okay, we'll rake. Yeah, I guess we'll go for the Overwhelm again. Yeah. I don't want to rotate, I don't think, so that's basically the only option here. Guess I could go for a knockback, though. That's a higher chance. Does this inflict fatigue? No, it doesn't, unless you have the perk, I believe. Let's take a look here. Where is it? Is it from Linebreaker? Oh, it's knockback staggers the target. Okay, so no fatigue penalties inflicted. Anyways, one each. And we are not holding steady, of course. Acts in 12. Dodges a 44 there. This guy is shield walling, so we'll wait for a better target, I believe. Didn't quite plan for this, but we also have exactly 3 allies next to Fahad. That's the optimal number for that weapon, with leverage. Alright. So yeah, this guy too far away. We cannot shoot from here. Nor would we want to move there anyway. With this guy alive. Let's see if I can change him being alive. Also, with the nobles, with Rebuke, I guess dogs should be something that you don't just use willy-nilly. Need to really think about the situation. Now is not the time, I don't think. Okay, just end there, I guess. Alright, please finish this guy. Headshot, please. Why are you yelling? Is that from Berserk? If so, then that's a change that's been made recently, I think. Anyways, now they yell, it seems. Maybe you can turn that off. So, do I feel like I want to try to dagger? I don't think that's something I should do. So instead we just try to nuke these guys down. I guess I go for gashing. It does very little, but you need to start somewhere. Oh, that sucks. That's also the highest chance target to hit, and now he has the rebuke for Winrick. We'll see if the Arbalaster punishes us. Bone plating to the rescue. Kind of weirdly, the standard bearer has decided to move here. Anyways, I suppose we go for Sir Einar. Very nice headshot. Also a stun. Excellent work. This is running out though, so not everything is going optimally. Okay, now we take this high ground. That's a good spot for Inspiring Presence as well as hitting things. We might even get this armor. Okay, hold steady. Taking some damage, but still fine. Alright, actually, yeah, we'll actually get finally an upgrade for Winrick the Mace Duelist out of this fight. Probably, at least. So I go for this guy. Now they both have the Rebuke. Oh well. If I manage to stun, then this guy doesn't get to attack, and it's also AoE days for 2 guys, so I guess I try it. Nope. Okay, let's try to stop Sir Manos' Squire. Yeah. I could use the Line Breaker to get there, but I can also just move. How about using Indom and then moving? Maybe that's better. I get two chances of moving anyway. Success. Okay. So the next netting target is Sir Mano. Okay, him we might even be able to dagger down without it being a problem. So in the meanwhile, what does Ake do? We need someone to get to the Arbalester. Need to walk past this guy to do so though. I'm not sure of what to do with Ake. Let's wait. Just attack the higher chance to hit. Nope. So yeah, Ake. Wants to stay somewhat close to Sir Mano. I suppose he engages with this guy. Is that a good idea though? In range of the Billman, if I do so. But he has good armor as well as steel brow, so it's fine. I'll not attack here though. Yeah, I don't want to be hit by his rebuke. Oh, how did you get to act first, Sir Einar? How did that happen? I'm confused. Well, he is breaking and he's nearly dead, so whatever. He's broken free though. He's riposting. That's slightly dangerous for Randolph. I suppose Randolph still fights though. And here is the logical place to move to. Are you fleeing? You're fleeing. Okay, well that's pathetic. I can guarantee a headshot, so I will. Goodbye. And here we just keep on doing the same thing over and over and over. Okay, Gerhard. Cannot get to the Arbalester. 53, I guess I just attack here. Probably move, but let's wait. Okay, so Esvig can get to the Arbalester. I suppose we probably want that. And you, Randolph, here can handle a standard bearer by yourself, surely. And Gerbold goes for these enemies here. Okay, damage is a bit lackluster with the crossbow. Oh yeah, there was a patch recently. I believe it nerfed crossbows a bit. Anyways, it do be what it do be. So I now don't have 3 allies next to Fahad. I can change that with Helmer though. Or with Tostig actually, but it seems I want to wait with Fahad. Just hold. Yeah, wait. Continue doing this. And just hold there. Kill this guy, then activate this perhaps, or... well, we'll see. In any case, kill him. Okay, I can move and attack. Yeah, that's probably better than activating Whirling Death again. Nice one. Okay, get next to Fahad here. Can't do anything else, though. I suppose that's fine. Move like here. Alright, and recover. Taking a bit of punishment. Alright, so if I kill this guy, then Fahad no longer has a target to attack twice anyway. I suppose that's fine. Alright, so yeah, I guess we'll try to dagger Sir Mano, but let's deal with these guys. Sir Mano is not at all affected so far. Morale-wise. Let's use the dagger, not the dagger, the net later. Do that first. Okay, this is slightly awkward. I move here. No, can't attack from there. It seems I made a slight positioning error. Okay, so I could get the dagger out though. Or recover. Let's get the dagger out and move closer. Not next to him probably though. Let's think about that for a second. He does have a mace, so stuns are... well, then again, do you have fatigue, sir? Yes, you do. Let's just move there for now. Tostig keeps on failing. Okay. Just attack. Despite the low odds. Alright, so let's wait for Sir Mano and then we'll hopefully be able to deal with him. Sir Mano's squire, I believe, will leave unless I prevent that, so it's a bit of a bummer actually that I pushed him back like that. Okay, get the dagger. Okay, I believe even Gerhard participates in the daggering. Even knights do not have underdog, it seems. Get your dagger. Get in range. Nice. Move in. It seems like the net is actually not required, so I will not use it. Overwhelm. Some failures here. Oh, Esvik does not actually possess a dagger. Oh well, that's too bad. Couple of hits there, but it's fine. There we are. Let's just finish this. Okay. So decent XP out of that. No one died. No level ups though. And actually, it seems we don't get the winged mace. I suppose that's partly because I decided to dagger the guy. Well, we get his armor, it seems. We also get a noble sword, as well as a heavy crossbow, as well as a halberd. Axe/hammer, actually. So kind of a new weapon type for me. And we also get a pole flail. So, I suppose worthwhile, but now we are pretty damaged. So the beekeeper is being protected by some militia. That will be a far easier fight though, but I might still want to camp before we do that. Maybe make a lineup change as well. I can treat that as a leveling fight, so bring in Geralt here. Instead of someone. Dieter as well. Let's leave out Randolph, I don't need him in this. And let's leave out someone like... yeah, Wilrake. We don't need you as either here. I could also bring in Ludger. But I probably won't. Also, yeah, let's take a look at the armor situation here. So does someone actually want this heavy armor? I believe that's probably the case. So you already have the same piece, it seems like. How about you? You're not actually going with heavy armor yet, at least. How about this guy, Geralt? Yeah, I'm buying heavy armor for him. Let's see how he feels like equipping this. Okay, if I just attack with a jacket pike, then that is fine. Do you have steel brow? No, you don't. Okay, down to 33 fatigue, but that's still manageable for him. I'll repair some of this stuff we got. If this were legends, I would also salvage some of it. Also, yes, this heavy crossbow, let's compare. So 50 and 80. 60 and 50, so it is decidedly different. 50 to 70 damage, that's the same. What I'll do is this, so we can run with 3 heavy crossbows. Yeah, I can probably leave out the wooden stick. In some fights, I will prefer that over the goblin poison though. Well, in most of them. But I can also run with, if I find yet another heavy crossbow, then just add that to the lineup there. So we'll go with this, but let's camp for a tiny bit to repair and heal up. Also, yeah, this probably needs to be changed, so let's do that. Always pay attention to your armor situation. Alright. So we'll move like here and camp for a bit. Let's wait until sunset. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, a lot easier fight. They probably do want to advance on us, I would imagine so, but I'll hold off on the Blitzkrieg Adrenaline, just in case they decide to not do that. They do want to do it though. Militia Captain. Strength in numbers. Battle further. In guard. Sergeant. Shield Sergeant. Alright. Okay. Not sure if this flank is coming forward or not. We can rotate. So I will. Yeah, I'll rotate here as well. Gerbold advances with the help of others. Just use hold steady already. Okay. I suppose we just handle this flank with Winrick. And you guys just hang back somewhere there. Okay, wait for more targets. It seems Gerbold will not actually have more targets, sadly. Anyways, let's kill these fools. Getting tickled by their puny arrows as well. Not the best blitzkrieg, but it's good enough. Kind of have the wrong equipment for Eike. That does not matter though. Two for one, one for all. And I can still do this. He tried. Okay, I believe I'll let this one go. So we'll kill this guy and be done with this sorry excuse of a fight. Yeah, you can leave. I'm feeling generous. Goodbye. Better luck in your next profession. Okay, Eike has leveled. Loot is just this stuff. Okay. So yeah, we don't actually get anything out of the beekeeper itself. We don't get any meat. I'm a little bit saddened by that. Eike, level 7. Takes Reforged, I think. Okay, rolls a +2 for melee defense. I'll take that. +3 melee skill and +3 hit points. Alright. So I did already take Axe Mastery. I guess I can give him this one-handed axe and he can still use those nets as well. So Gizmund the Bleak's Fury. So that is 10 fatigue to use once. The spear is 9. Well, that's why we have the Iron Lungs, and he also has access to Battle Flow. So sure, use that for now. Okay, so onwards to the next target. It's over here, I guess. I see nothing else since Highwater's Amber Collector was not actually an option for some reason. So, yeah. Head on west. And we'll probably fight more noble troops along the way, though this place is probably too tough, but let's take a look at the stone watchtower. Oh, hello. Zweihander, a marshal, men-at-arms, heavy footmen, halberdiers. Yeah, we'll take them on. Might take Ludger for this, and if he does happen to perish, then so be it. Shouldn't underestimate this fight. I don't have my top lineup. I guess I can bring Randolph. He's fine. He only has a ripped ear. That sucks if you're using flexible, which he is, but overall it's fine. So let's not use the levelers in this. Do I need Ludger though? I think Wilrek will still sit out, so it's between... well, the lineup I currently have and these two guys. So Zweihanders are dangerous, but I've dealt with Hedge Knights, etc., so it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Other than that, this is... well, the men-at-arms are quite nasty, I guess. Guess I could bring Ludger for Geralt. Sure, let's do that. I'll use Ludger maybe on the... No, let's use him on the southern flank, as he has been used before. Also, I'll take a little bit of a look here. So this helmet is 320. Guess I can use that instead of this one. Yeah. Alright, let's see how this one goes. Dogs are coming in. Okay, this time maybe it's better to not move that one tile with Randolph. Though it is night time, so I don't know. Doesn't probably matter. Crossbow getting hit in the face wise. Oh, hello there. So Marshall has parry. No helmet. Steel brow. Oh, they have Blitzkrieg. Interesting. Interesting. So definitely a target I want to down very quickly. Also has rally the troops, for example. Small targets. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with the Blitzkrieg here. So maybe I should have also used the Onslaught. Okay, please advance. Okay, so there's the Swayhander. Let's take a look here as well. Vanquisher, interesting. Tempo, Sword Mastery, Sweeping Strikes, Rotation, Death Dealer, Brace for Impact, Berserk. 90 melee skill. Man at Arms. Also, the Swayhander doesn't have any armor perks, it seems. Man at Arms is Battleforged. Crippling Strikes, Fast Adaptation, Double Strike. Nasty. So ideally use like a nimble person to engage with. Anyways, we've used the Blitzkrieg already, so might as well advance. Here's the second man-at-arms. Uses a winged mace, so is that the upgrade for Winrick finally? Perhaps so. Speaking of Winricks, Winrick number 2 steps here, I guess. And just attacks once, and then that's it. Okay, and Winrick number 1 goes for one of these guys. I could also go here. Don't think it matters much. If I score a stun on this guy, though, it's pretty nice for us. For the AoE days. And I do get it. Now I can even move here. That's a nasty spot for Winrick, though. Doesn't benefit from Duelist either if I go there. So either stay still or move like here. I'll move there. Okay, and Ike. So man-at-arms defense. 30 melee defense, it seems. 25 for Zweihander, so they are easy to hit. At least in comparison to some others. So probably don't need any nets here. Okay, Arbalaster spotted. Just engage the heavy footman, I guess, and then we are probably moving on the man-at-arms, or maybe even both of them. Hopefully. next round. Alright, and over here, probably go for stun. So it's a very low chance to hit. 20% crowded penalty. The next best thing is a 39 regular attack here. I could also just rotate Gerbold to a better spot. I'll do that. And then you do nothing else. Okay, 2 attacks here. Inspiring presence there, I guess. Though there's also fine-ish. Let's move here. Okay, so the dog will likely go for Adelmar, but I can deal with the dog, surely, with someone else. Don't have a clear shot on anything. I suppose I move. Let's move like here. Go for the Marshal. And gain vision on the Halberdiers. Alright. Eike. Eike can go and attack this heavy footman once, I think. With the help of the adrenaline, he can also move away next round if that's what I want. He can also use the net. Okay, so finally I can say that we found some use for this weapon. It's been with us for quite a while. Now it has actually landed a blow against an opponent. Hooray. Alright. Actually, I could use Ludger. Yeah. To absorb some blows from the man-at-arms. If Ludger dies, then that's not too bad. So let's see if I can get there. Might be that I am unable to do so. Move here. Gets there in the end. Excellent. Goes in against 2 heavy priority targets, I guess. Well, we have brace for impact. We get to attack first. And we also have very good armor and bone plating, so it should be fine. Should be. I think I go for the man-at-arms over the Zweihander. 95 on both of them, though. Okay. Scores a hit with a fractured hand. Well, that helps. Use that, and then I suppose we'll hold steady, so there's no reason to worry about getting stunned. Despite the hold steady, do I want to use Indom? Did you have Steel Brow? You do. And also Nimble against 2 flails. Is there a point in using Limebreaker? I did actually take the perk itself, so I could use it for once. I could push here. Not sure how much that helps, if at all. Oh, there's a man-at-arms there. Oh, didn't actually notice there's another man-at-arms. Well, this one has a fighting axe. So Limebreaker is 25. I can still use Indom after that. I guess I'll do that. So, brace for impact, 30% less hit point damage, plus Indom, plus Nimble, plus 1 with the shield. Alright, and Gerhard. So, probably does move here and stays there, so I might as well do that already and attack something. Could also just attack this heavy footman already. Also, yes, now that this heavy footman is here, then we are locked in place with AK for a while. They do have the rotations though, so I need to be mindful of that. I think we have them outgunned, so to speak, though, quite easily, so maybe I don't need to be that worried. So I'll do it. Move there and just attack, I suppose, this one. Scores a hit. Okay, 67. Let's go for a stun. Excellent. Also inflicts a fractured elbow. And now, since I have the Inspiring Presence, let's attack this guy. Very good work there. Making up for your lackluster performance in the last fight. Well, actually the fight before that. Okay, and like I said, hold steady. From here, does that hit Winrick number 2? Does it even matter? Maybe it doesn't even matter. But anyways, use hold steady. Also, it doesn't hit Ludger. Okay, well, maybe I should have moved here and used the backup plan. Too late now. Okay, I'll go for the dog, actually. Try to get Berserk. Nope, not quite. Could go for it again. Feels like a waste. Go for this one. Oh, damn it, I don't have 3 allies. Whoops. Mistake. Slight mistake. Well, keeps it as an option to reposition at least. Okay, go for the stun again. Hits the man-at-arms. I could wait. I think I just go for damage. So I will. Alright, and AK just attack here before you die to something, I guess. Well, you're not going to die in a little bit. With this armor and Battleforged. I suppose I could even put him to the front line. This is deceptive though, because the melee defense is boosted by the hold steady. But perhaps I could indeed put him to the front. I could give him a shield as well. Seems maybe unreasonable though with that amount of stamina to work with. Just attack. Ludger takes a hit. Gerbold takes a hit. Takes another hit. Okay, we've been dazed, sadly. Gerhard, the sergeant, has been hit in the head. Okay, that sucks. Sucks a bit. Okay, I think I just move here with Fahad. Someone needs to deal with the dog next round as well. It's a waste of damage, but someone needs to do it. I'm slightly worried about Gerhard, but he does have Steel Brown Nimble. This guy should go down probably at the beginning of the round. So we are most likely fine. I also have the rotation of Tostig. Okay, Gerbold, please kill this one. 2 for 1, nice. Can I use both of these? Yes. Good news for us. Very nice hit. So the Swayhanders are kind of glass cannons. in Hardened, it seems. This one heavy footman has been able to tie down Esvig and Randolph for a while though. Too bad. Please go away. Permanently. And now Esvig waits. Gets hit again. Alright, so try to get Berserk activated by this guy, I guess. Still has 64 initiative, which is way more than Gerbold. We missed though. And now if I rotate, we are in split range. So that might have been a mistake. Yeah, well, we can still take a couple of hits. Really don't want to do that, but we can. Where is this guy? Over there. Okay. So I suppose Tostig does nothing else. Because I can't rely on taking down the Zweihander. And then I would be in range of both the Zweihander as well as the Volge. With the banner. Speak of the devil. So is there a good command? Maybe. But yeah, I think I just attack. I would have taken rotation or maybe even footwork had that been an option. Gerhard, of course, being the sergeant, my banner, is someone I definitely don't want to go down. I suppose if he does go down, though, we have Helmer, the tactician, who also has a rally. But he's really not built for being the main sergeant, so I would need to find a replacement. If I kill this guy with a lucky shot, would need to be a headshot, I think. I guess I go for him. Yeah, it wasn't a headshot. You wait. I could use my own dog, but let's not. Okay, Fahad, please deal with... Actually, this guy is definitely more of a priority. And the dog. If I don't deal with the dog, though, then Adelmar can do nothing. So... And of course he misses. Damn it! Go for it again. Kind of a weird spot, but I think that was probably the right call. I might end up regretting it, though, if the Volge hits my banner a third time now. Anyways, try to kill this guy. Let's weaken him with the crossbow first, I think. And also, yes, AK is here. Okay, AK goes for the halberdier. Does he use the net first? Can he still attack twice after using it? Also, yes, there's the bearded blade. I could try for a disarm. Maybe that's better. And yeah, I can't attack even once if I use the net. So I think at this point, someone else should handle the nets. After this fight. Probably. At least if I want to use this weapon. In any meaningful way. Okay, let's go for a regular attack first and see if that lands. It doesn't. Okay, sure. Go for the disarm. That also misses. Well, that's not good. That is definitely not good. This was supposed to be the easier noble fight. We're also a bit in trouble now with Winric number 2. But if he goes down, I won't be sad. At all. Anyways, we have Esvig. But I cannot get to Gerhard in time to rotate, it seems. Not quite. So what on earth do you do? I don't want to engage the man-at-arms here. Not with this weapon. So I guess I just move here and get ready to rotate. Okay, and Adelma, please do something. I'll switch into this. Okay, pretty good. Kill, please. There we go, that's the AoE days again, and now we wait in, I guess. Unless I go for this guy, to keep the duelist. So the Marshal is free to go for Eike, if I don't move in. Perhaps that doesn't matter though. Okay, I will opt to keep the duelist bonus, so let's move on this one dude. And with Randolph, I definitely don't want to go up against a man-at-arms, not with a Warhammer especially. Though, is there a weapon I would like to see? Maybe a butter knife? Or a spoon? So the other option is the dog. Feels weird. I do want to reactivate this. Probably. I can't quite get to anyone yet. If I wait, I lose 1 stack of Unstoppable. But I also lose 1 stack if I don't hit anything, right? No, with more than 5 action points remaining. I'll reactivate that and move like here, maybe? Getting hit twice by this Warhammer would wreck Randolph, I think. 39 melee defense. It's kind of a 50-50. Well, I've said it a million times. He does have the 9 lives. Only 71, well 69 currently hit points. So if he does get hit a couple of times, what can I do about that? Gerpel should be free semi-soon to do something, but he's also fatigued out, so maybe not. In that case, Tostig's or Esvig's rotation, maybe? I suppose losing 1 unstoppable stack is fine. Let's wait and then probably move on this guy. Okay, Split hits Tostig in the head. Has also hit Gerbold, though that's nastier. Gerbold is actually a bit in trouble. If he goes down in this fight, I will be pretty pissed off. Well, we're not there anytime soon yet. Hopefully. So for Hard 94 on this guy, I don't have the 3 allies though. If I move here, the attack is 2 AP, after which I have 5 AP left, so I can't attack twice. Who can I get next to Fahad still? Maybe I just have to move there and then we are at least in position for the upcoming rounds. And probably do go for the Halberdier. These guys can still go for the rotation. In that case, they might even be able to kill Gerhard. That would be really bad. I could go for a stagger hook. Or can I? Why can I not target this guy? Range of 2. Can be affected by crowded. Do you have something that prevents that? I'm missing something again. I don't see anything that would affect it. Oh, is it because I can't pull him towards me? Yeah, that's probably the reason, because AK is in the way. In that case, I should be able to do it from here. After that, though, he's still... Yeah, he can still go for my sergeant, of course. And the marshal will have a free spot there, which he might not take otherwise, so maybe that's not the right call. So I cannot get a kill here. And I cannot attack twice, so if I wait, I can move like perhaps Esbig there. Oh, Esbig does actually act before these two do, so it seems like we can only be hit once by the halberdier. And that's probably still okay. Okay, Fahad waits. Arbalester on Arbalester violence. Oh, and Tostig also acts first. Yeah, actually that makes more sense, I think, probably. Does it? I can attack and rotate. In any case, I believe I do attack the halberdier here. So I'll go ahead and do it. Oh, nice hit. Nice hit. So he's essentially neutralized. Severe concussion. I don't know if there's actually a point in rotating Tostig in there. So where am I putting Esbig at the end of the round? If I do rotate with Tostig instead. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just do it. Probably not something I should spend so much time thinking about. Finally, Ludger lands a hit there, so I can move as well. Takes a nasty hit. Oh, 46. Do you have fast adaptation? Oh yeah, you do. Of course you do. Well, too bad for Ludger. Anyways, I only get one attack if I rotate in. So yeah, let's go with the original plan, which was to get next to Fahad. And then we'll decide. So I could rotate here and then attack, but it won't be enough to kill. So I'll wait. Tostig has been hit, so yeah, we probably do want to rotate with him. Okay, let's go ahead and use Onslaught. Indom again. Also, did I have the spear perk? No, I don't. So I don't attack, because it costs fatigue. They're really, really, really going for Gerhard. But he can now walk away. Just walk away. Alright, so if I move here, I should be mostly safe. There's the Arbalester, but that's still fine, I suppose. Receives 12 damage per turn from bleeding. I do have a bandage. Okay, I suppose I use the bandage. And then I can move one tile if I'd like. That might at this point be unnecessary though, so I will wait. Alright, so 95 here. But if I do that, then Fahad having 2 attacks doesn't... Well, if he gets a kill. if he gets a kill, then it won't actually be that good of a thing, I suppose. I could just recover at this point, but I do want to deal with the Zweihander. So let's just get 2 kills. I suppose that's better than the other options. Somewhat safe of a bet. But yeah, once again, Fahad cannot attack twice. Too bad. Okay, just hold where you are instead of moving next to the marshal. Probably. Yeah. Well done, Winrick. Okay, so Ake now. I can attack once. If I decide to actually move on the marshal. That seems a little bit risky for very little to be gained. I'll move on this flank, I think. Decent hit. Decent hit. Probably fine to stay there. And now, like I said, we move on the man-at-arms. Fahad takes this spot, so he has the 3 allies, I guess. Start going for this one. Why would you get closer? Well, he did. He did. Okay, Eswig goes for the marshal here. And Gerhard can still participate in some way, I think. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, no steel brow as far as I can see, so let's go for the hail. Nice damage. Excellent. %. Nope. Another one bites the dust. Alright, cleanup time. Can move and attack, so go for it. Well done. There we are. Just a dog left. There we go. Took some damage, but no one dies. Couple of levels. More noble things to sell. Zweihander though, I suppose that's technically an upgrade. Oh, and the inventory is full. Sad times. Okay, let's do a little bit of inventory management in that case. Yeah, these can be dumped. I'll probably... Well, the shields are actually worth 400, so I suppose I'll pick up them. Very likely I'll just dump them again, though, after another battle, perhaps. So what else can I dump? Let's dump some cheese. I kind of wish there was still one more upgrade for the wagon. Not sure exactly what you'd call it. Maybe like a extra cart or something. But yeah, the inventory size is a bit lacking in Reforged. And in Vanilla, I suppose. In Legends, there are multiple ways of dealing with inventory. So that's 1 point for Legends. Okay, we find another one of these heavy crossbows. I think I like them a bit more, but yeah, let's do it. Let's do this. So now I have 4 crossbows. We'll see how that feels like. Tostig, level 10. Max rolls melee defense, very nice. Max rolls melee skill, also nice. And also takes even more hit points. Up to 75 melee skill, so not fantastic, but serviceable. He also does have the formidable approach. Okay, I suppose I'll give him... Let's see, do I actually have... Yes, I have a two-handed flange mace. Speaking is difficult sometimes, but yeah, there you go. You can have that. And we'll give Ludger this Zweihander. We'll also let him sit out again. And also, yeah, I have the perk point for Tostig. So let's see. Maybe go with Brace for Impact. Vigorous Assault makes sense. Not getting in Dome, I don't think. So let's just actually get rid of it. Sweeping Strikes is perhaps worth considering. Fresh and Furious is okay. So I can, at the beginning of battles, attack a couple of times. And also after recovering. So this is pretty good, I think. I don't have this for anyone yet, so I think I'll actually take this. Works very well, probably, with a 6 AP weapon. With a 4 AP weapon, I would imagine it's perhaps not worthwhile. But with a 6 AP weapon, definitely so. So yeah, let's get Fresh and Furious. -5 action points for your attacks, but does become disabled after attacking. Remains disabled until you use Recover. There you go, and then we will get one more perk point, which will go into something that I will decide on when the time comes. Randolph, level 16. More hit points, please. More defenses, please. I'm really tempted to get more fatigue over the melee skill, but I suppose he still wants more melee skill. So I will do so. He will get help with both hit points and fatigue later on, once he actually gets more candles, like Eswig here, who is a disciple of Davkul. Okay, once again, I probably want to camp for a bit. Yeah, also probably want to switch some armors around. But of course, I have that luxury. So do I have another one of these helmets? It seems I don't, but this is very similar. This is slightly better though, so maybe just go with that, unless we are getting into a fight straight away, which we probably aren't. I'll just camp on the road. If we can deal with some caravans perhaps, if those come our way. Time is running short on the contract, but we are close to our allied house, so it's fine. So wait around for a bit more and then let's go explore again. See if this stone watchtower is something we can take on. Also see yet another group of their troops. I'll leave this group be since we have objectives. And this will be something I want to try if it seems manageable. Though, is it going to be too late in the day? Did I take the... Yes, I do have the lockout. So I should be able to see what's inside. Okay, Stone Watchtower. A Zweihander, a standard bearer, a few knights, several heavy footmen, a few halberdiers, a herald, a marshal, a few men-at-arms, a fencer, a few squires, a few heralds' bodyguards. Okay, I think that's still probably beyond us. Or at least it would be heavy casualties, so I think we'll skip this. Nice to know that that is an option, though. We might, maybe, at some point in the war, go for this, but not at this time. Even after the war, we can take this place on, I suppose. Maybe during the Holy War, if we side with the South. And we can, of course, attack without anything like that. Anyways, let's go deal with the goat pens. That's more up to our speed. Okay, so noble troops instead of militia here. Makes sense since we are next to a castle. A stone keep. Take a look at our lineup here. So this is a pretty easy fight though, so I could use this as a leveling opportunity. Yeah, it's pretty damn easy. Let's bring in Dieter for Adelmar. You three sit out. Yes, I believe we'll go with this lineup here, and I can switch this again, so I will. Only 10 enemies. Oh, why does Esvik get to act first? Well, he does. Well, he does. Anyways, I suppose just attack something or... Well, I don't know. Let's wait. If I want to rotate someone. Maybe I do. Mayhaps I do. Oh yeah, with the Berserk. That does open up the possibility of attacking 3 times with a weapon like this. Even without being inspired. That's interesting. Yeah. If I plan accordingly, then I can make good use out of that. Can I plan accordingly, though? Perhaps not. We'll see. In the future. For now, he probably doesn't get to attack anything else. Alright, I'll go ahead and activate that, even though perhaps unnecessary. Oh yeah, I forgot to remove the nets from Eike. That's a slight mistake. Very brave, these crossbowmen. Okay, only 6 of them left. I can do a rotation to attack. Do I want to do that? I don't know. It's fine either way. I suppose I will. Hiya! And walk in. Despite your low defenses, he's nimble with 100 hit points against enemies like this. Okay, punctured. Puncture on nimble though. Also, yeah, I forgot. Did I get a winged mace at some point? I need to double check if I have an upgrade. For poor old Winrick, who's been using this stupid Morning Star for quite a while now. Quite a while. Too long. One to go. Okay, there we go. Dieter levels. I cannot fit everything, so... dump something for the flail. Alright, there we go. So Dieter, level 8, gets 2 perk points. So he's... promised potential. I suppose I only have 2 things planned, which is Killing Frenzy Battle Flow. I guess I go ahead and take those. I could try to maximize his chances of survivability by taking something like Resilient here. Resilient Footwork, maybe? Probably don't want to do that, though. These don't really help currently, not much. I mean, they help a bit. I guess I'll do this. Oh, nice. Plus 3 melee skill. Plus 3 melee defense as well. And plus 5 range defense. Okay, very nice, very nice. Love to see that. And since we failed every single time for promised potential, surely Dieter will succeed. Surely. And he'll be quite good if and when he does. Still a ways to go. But yeah. I suppose, sure, let's get the Killing Frenzy and the Battle Flow. Still using a Jagged Pike without Polar Mastery though, so that's perhaps not going to matter much. But he has those. Okay, so take a look. Did I get the mace at some point? It seems I didn't. I don't see a winged mace in the inventory. Well, that's too bad. That is too bad. I suppose I'll repair this pole flail. Am I using a Volge? Maybe I am. That's a cleaver. Is it worth repairing 2 of them? Maybe not. Let's repair 1. I'll also repair the halberd. And also, yes, now that I remember, and also, yes, Nafal, you can have some nets. And you let go of yours, you need the fatigue more. There you go. So Eke now has the one-handed famed axe. He only has 17 melee defense, but he is Battleforged with decent armor, so he should be fine, right? He also has Pathfinder plus Iron Lungs, so fatigue, especially after battle flow, should be okay. He will, of course, get some help from Duelist as well, but I will actually need to think about his positioning quite a bit when I get that. I suppose it's not like that taxing on the old brain. Anyways, let's get back to... yeah, I'll probably get back. Well, then again, I don't have them... It still wants me to destroy any caravans or patrols. Or return after 3 days, not within 3 days. Oh. Whoops. I guess I do need to sell things though, so let's head to El Haddad to sell. Yeah, let's do that. Let us do that. Can't fight in the arena, of course. I see some goblins. I suppose I will deal with them. Despite the mental suffering that inflicts upon us. Probably want the crossbow in this fight. It's kind of a leveling fight, but I shouldn't underestimate it. I mean, it will mostly be just painful mentally, but if they do succeed in targeting one person down, then that's... Well, that is a possibility. Let's put it like that. But yeah, I think we'll actually go with this lineup. Depending on who gets hit, they might retreat, but overall we'll be fine. Yes. They're going for the nimble mace. Well, we can just, like I said, pull him back. Yeah, there's no reason to risk it. So we'll just move him to safety. Blitzkrieg now or later. I guess I don't need the whirling stance, though I did already use it on Randroof. I'll Blitzkrieg now. He tried to break free once. Okay, succeeds and then walks away. You wait. You wait. Are you waiting, Wolf Rider? Yes, you are. I'll move on, I guess, the skirmishers. If I do so at the moment, I do get nettage, though, so I suppose I'll wait. Wait first. Actually, maybe here. Yeah, I suppose we can get 3 allies next to Fahad easier that way. This is a bit of a kamikaze move. I think it's probably fine though, if I do so. But I don't need to do so, so I don't know. Just move like here. Gearbolt here. And I'll use even AK somewhat aggressively here, which perhaps is a mistake, but it's my mistake to make. Alright, I'll try to stun, I think. Then again, this would be a berserk activation, never mind. Okay, never mind. I'll just try to kill this one next. There we go. Good job, guys. It's going to be a pretty big upgrade if I manage to upgrade straight into a famed one-handed, well, a good one, mace for Winric from this Morningstar. Surely we'll find one of those at some point. Surely. Okay, sucks to be trapped in vines here. Well, I suppose now I use that. Okay, based on, well, not just this fight, of course, all my previous experiences with goblins, I really don't want to face multiple goblin shamans at the same time. Silly goblins. Alright, a bit of effort required. I've actually experienced something like this. A swarm of insects. Playing golf of all things. A couple of times. It ain't fun. Messes with your concentration quite a bit. Come on, stop it. Stop it. They were such pushovers, but now they're being highly annoying. Oh, oopsie daisy, do that. Alright, just do that. Good job, Gerbold. Finally. Okay, we get some levels out of that pain. Also, yes, once again, the inventory. Damn it. I think I'll hold on to the bandages. Yeah, I forgot to actually give our sergeant some more of those. Though there is a quality of life feature in Hardened, it seems, that adds up things like throwing nets, so maybe that bandage is now there. Bear with me. A few things. It's all worth it in the end. At least the gnarly staff still. So let's see, this is 260. How about this? Yeah, that makes sense. Well, sure. Goblin poison, though. Do I want more of that? Maybe I do. Let's dump these. 400, though. Damn it. That used to be 200, but Hardened has apparently messed with those values a bit. But the daggers, yeah, those can go. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so Vinric, level 15, continues to take all of the stuff on the right side, except for the ranged skill, of course. Fahad, level 14. Melee skill, melee defense, and we'll go with fatigue this time. Geralt, level 6. Okay, plus 3s here. And also takes more fat, I guess. And at this point picks up Axe Mastery, despite not getting an axe just yet. Though, do I actually have... Let's see. A halberd is an axe/hammer. Okay, never mind. Maybe use that. 12 fat to use a strike. And it also has the bearded blade with a range of 2 tiles. Interesting. So I can disarm with this. Use that. If I find a famed one of these, then maybe that's actually the right call instead of the Sir Sven's Splitter, which does deal nice damage, but this is perhaps better for someone like this. We'll see. Though, how much? Yeah, it's 19 fatigue to use the bearded blade. Well, he also has battle flow. Though, yeah, disarming people doesn't kill them for battle flow, but anyway. Onwards to El Hadet. I see more goblins. Oh, why do you have to path into me, despite running? Zugut the Sticker. Goblin Champion. Okay, I suppose we will kill them. But that will be next time. Yeah, it will be next time. And after doing that, once again, do some inventory management. I guess I can still equip Nafal, the slave here. For some slots. So let's take a look. Did you... Yes, you have a bandage again. Okay. Alright, well, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.